difficulties or challenges does Purdue defensively present to this offense? They have Marcus Bailey is a terrific linebacker and a tough defensive line.
Yeah, they have a very moldable defense, and they do a lot of different things. And you see things like in one game that you don't see again, or you might see maybe 75% of it in the next game, or 50%. I mean, it's just ongoing change all the time. And so, it's a tough defense to get ready for. So we've got to do a good job. And today we'll look at more personnel, look at different guys that way. But we're basically all day yesterday, and this afternoon we'll keep looking at scheme, and then we'll get into personnel against those guys a little bit later.
Developed well over the course of the season is balance. Mm-hmm. You're able to go against the number one defense in the nation Saturday and stay pretty balanced.
Right.
Is that encouraging to you?
Yeah, it is. It's really how we'd like to play football, is to be balanced that way. And, in the Michigan game, obviously the score was what it was at halftime, and we took advantages of the opportunities that we had. And I know Tom just talked a little bit about it, but, in the second half, and Don asked me on the plane back, did they do anything different? They didn't. But what happened? We didn't take advantage of the situations when we got the ball across the 50-yard line. We fumbled it once, and we had the penalty. And you can't do that against them, and that would have been scoring opportunities for us there that were taken away. And, we want to be balanced, and yet we also we feel like we've got some guys on the outside right now that are playing very well that we want to get the ball to and in the passing game and take shots like we've been doing. And, we're not going to change the way we're playing. And they don't know when we're taking them either.
Stevie Scott broke the 1,000-yard mark on Saturday. His season is now a record-breaking season. What does this say about him as a player and as a person to start so far down on the depth chart and reach this high as the season's gone along?
Yeah, I know I talked about this before, but I'll never forget in training camp, one of the players asked him if he wanted to, play Fortnite or something like that one night, whatever. And he said, no, I've got a playbook that's about that thick, which it's not. But, he was just making a point that I gotta study my football. And, it's true. I talk about this all the time. Freshmen coming in, it's new terminology. It's like going into Spanish class for the first day, like you're taken back by what you're hearing. What does that mean, And so he had to go through that whole process of learning, the offense and learning the terminology and all that stuff. And then also too, I think it showed that how strong of a competitor he really is. Because a lot of freshmen, all of a sudden all that terminology stuff, they go, I'm good. They don't continue to press on. He pressed on. And, and he put himself into a position where he was ready to play. And he just continues, I think, to get better as we go through the season. I think he understands our plays more and understands them better, what we want to do with them and certain cuts in the run game and stuff like that. He's understanding the protections better now. He's doing a better job with that. So, it's an ongoing process, which he's, I think, embraced.
Coach, even though it's late time of the year, but the offense seems to be really gelling. The O-line had a great week last week, as healthy as they may have been in quite a while. Is the offense is at the best point it has been for you all season?
I think so. I think, one thing, we've been able to stay healthy up front, and that's really helped us grow as an offense. And then, we've overcome injuries. And guys have stepped up, and I think that's been big. So, we have confidence right now. We just went against one of probably the best defense in the country, stat-wise and all that. So I think that we do have great confidence right now.
This is kind of esoteric, but looking at the third quarters this year, it's the one quarter where the opposition has outscored IU, I think 86-43. It's like doubled. And like the first couple of drives after halftime haven't always been productive. Can you put any reason to that, or anything that might be able to change?
Yeah,
that?
Well, we do need to come out and start faster that way. But I think in some ways we haven't really, for whatever reason, we haven't executed like that like we did in the first half. And I don't know, you'd like to know what that's for, but you study it and all that. And And sometimes it's turnovers, sometimes it's penalties, things like that. And it's just things where, we've got to clean up, and we can't have that in this next game. All right, thanks.